I'm James E. Clark, 12th President of South Carolina State University. With me today are my Chief of Police, Chief Joseph Nelson, and my Vice President of Student Affairs, Dr. Tamara Jeffers Jackson. At approximately 12 a.m. this morning, South Carolina State University Police received a report of shots fired in the vicinity of the K building of Eugenie Suites here on our campus. When police arrived on the scene, they found two females who had sustained gunshot wounds in their leg. These females were promptly transported to the Orangeburg Regional Medical Center with what was described as non-life-threatening injuries. The campus was immediately placed on lockdown as part of our normal procedures. The university community, including students, faculty, staff, and parents, were alerted of the shooting via our Omni Alert system. The Orangeburg Police Department, as well as SLED, were called to the scene to assist in the investigation. At approximately 8 a.m. this morning, the lockdown of the campus was lifted after our police determined that there was no imminent threat to the campus community. An investigation is ongoing to identify the person or persons responsible for the shooting. Here's what we know from police reports. Witnesses say an altercation occurred off campus between multiple individuals. These individuals subsequently came onto our campus. Reportedly, shots were fired, and then the two young women who were walking to the residence got caught in the crossfire. Police are now working to identify the alleged shooter or shooters and determine their association, if any, with this university. We will provide updates regarding that investigation as they become available. And it is important for me to re-emphasize that safety of our students, our faculty, and our staff, or anyone on this campus is priority one. At this time, the student from South Carolina State that got shot has been released from the hospital, and I have spoken with her to reassure her that the university continues to take every precaution to ensure her and everyone on this campus's security and safety. As you can well imagine, she is emotionally shaken, but is recovering, and I can say is very upbeat and in very high spirits. At this time, I will take a few questions.
President Clark, Michael Brewer from News 19. Can you just tell us what were the events exactly that led up to the altercation?
I do not know.
I noticed that you said midnight was when the call came in, but that email came out at around 2:30.
Yes.
Was there a delay in the lockdown, or how did that
The lockdown happened immediately in terms of sending notifications to the outside world. That system, that took some time, but our police were focused on the incident, locking down the campus, the safety of the campus immediately. All of that occurred right then.
And how did the students get notified that it was on lockdown? Was that at 2:30 or was that before that?
The notification went through via the system, but the campus was locked down. No one leaving, no one coming in.
Okay. A question. We spoke with the student earlier. We just want to confirm that it's her. Was she shot in the Achilles?
I do not know the specific part of the leg. I was informed of the leg.
Leg? Okay.
That's a lower extremity.
And junior student? Was it a junior? Do you know?
I will not speak specifically about the student's identification.
Do you know if the other people involved, the people who were involved in the incident off campus, came on campus, were they students?
That's part of an investigation.
President Clark, can you also speak to and confirm how many people were shot? Were there one, hearing possibly another? Can you confirm?
We understand that two individuals were shot, one of which was a student from South Carolina State.
And the other, we
One of which was a student from South Carolina State. We will not try to speak to the other individual.
Can you also talk a little bit about your policy when it comes to firearms on campus?
If a student is found with a firearm here, they go home. That's it. Zero tolerance.
As in expelled or no longer allowed?
Gone for good. Expelled.
How many shots were fired in the incident?
I do not know. Part of the investigation.
Is there any damage to the dorm room buildings at all?
None that we know of. Do you know of any, Dr. Jackson?
No.
Chief? None that we know of. Everything, as I understand, everything was outside.
President Clark, from a campus security perspective, can you talk a little bit about, does campus security do maybe at least once a semester, twice a semester, are there sweeps that are done of dorm rooms just to make sure things are code or to also make sure there are no items in dorms? Can you talk a little bit about that?
The short answer is yes, we do health and safety checks frequently, and we don't always announce them to make sure that there's nothing untoward on the campus. And if anything is found, if anyone is found with a weapon of any sort, they're expelled right then and there on the spot.
And is there a history of other gun violence, either this year or in recent years, that you've kind of taken from that and applied to this situation?
Well, in general, there's gun violence that's happening all over the nation. People are shot in synagogues, they're shot in churches, they're shot at stores, they're shot in schools, they're shot everywhere. So we take everything that's happening in the nation as part of what we do for safety here. Well, part of what Chief Nelson does, whether it's patrolling, whether it's security, whether it's electronics, whether it's cameras, whether it's video, what Dr. Jackson does in terms of people that are at the particular buildings, we take all of that under consideration and form our plans to make the place as safe as possible.
We did speak with one of the witnesses who said she was one of the victims. She talked about not feeling safe anymore. I know you said you also spoke with one of the victims.
Yes.
Will there be any changes because of this incident in terms of guns on campus or being safe? I know you said you don't allow them, but will there be any changes because of this?
Well, there are no major changes because the presumption there is that there was something that was broadly missing. The reality is there's a much larger narrative here about the availability of guns, but what we're very strict. We have a zero tolerance policy, and we inspect rooms from time to time. And so, if there's any chance of anything like that happening, we shut it down immediately.
Overall, are you happy with the quickness of the response, how quickly the situation was contained, and the pretty much lack of victims in this situation?
Very happy with the response of our police force. They were in the vicinity. They immediately were at the scene to quell anything that occurred within, I think, a minute or so. Less than a minute, because they were in the area, patrolling the area. So I'm very happy.
Is there a way for students to report any gun sightings anonymously to law enforcement here on campus?
Yes, but I'll let either Chief or Dr. Jackson speak specifically on the ways in which they can do that. The
Yes,
answer is yes.
yes, we do have a portal set up on our website where a student can call us anonymous and report anything. November 17, I pushed a See Something, Say Something initiative here on our campus, and so our students can report anything that they see that's a violation of the law.
Chief, does your force train specifically for these type of situations?
Yes, we do. We've had several trainings this year, and we also do active shooter presentations. And we do this to our faculty, staff, and students, and our entire campus community is invited also.
And I'm sorry, can you just clarify also too one more time the folks who were involved in the shooting? I know the person who was shot, but the two people who may be responsible for the shooting, were they students or were they not students?
Investigation.
That's part of our ongoing investigation, and I don't want to give any information out there may hinder a successful prosecution.
And can we clarify, you said that it started off campus, but the shooting happened on campus?
That's correct.
What is the policy for coming on campus? Is anyone allowed to come during any time, or do you have to show ID to get on campus?
You have to show ID to come on campus after hours, and what we call after hours. After 5 o'clock p.m., we go to only one entrance on our campus, and you're required to show an ID before you enter this campus.
Are folks who don't live here, or are they allowed to stay on campus from time to time? Who don't go to school?
I can't speak to that.
I mean, students have visitors.
Dr.
That's
Jackson
what
has
you mean.
residents.
Yeah, they have visitors that may not be a student here.
And they are allowed to stay.
They're allowed to visit campus. Yeah.
Just so we're clear, people are not allowed to live on the campus if they're not a student. Someone is allowed to have a guest come to visit them on the campus, and so it is possible, for a student with an ID to bring a guest. That guest could be a friend. That guest could be a family member to come onto the campus. So that's like any campus. We allow that.
Do those guests have to also show their ID?
They are checked for IDs, but they can potentially not be a student if they're with a student.
Right. I mean,
Right,
like,
right.
would have to show like a driver's license or a form of ID. Kind of
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.